Hi everybody, it's Tamara from Prairie Town Girl here on Etcetera's, and I have a fun and easy project for us to do today. If you remember a couple of videos back, I think it was, I did a butterfly inspired journal with some Caroline's Craft Tree printables, and it was in a tooled leather cover, and I'm going to link it above, whichever way is above. And this is based on that project. So I wanted to make a similar cover, but of course I don't have leather, so I'm going to do it with paper. And so this is the cover, and then next week or next video we'll make the booklet that goes inside of here. But if you can see, it's I couldn't resist. I pulled out the sparkle Mod Podge, and then I thought, well, you know, if I'm gonna be blinging things up, I might as well add some beads as well. So so that's what I did. So this is very easy. There's loads of different versions you can make. And it all starts with just a plain old folder. And of course, you don't have to have a folder. You can just use, if you have some cardstock or some heavier scrapbook paper, probably that would even work. So what I did was, to start, I just cut my folder in half, and then I cut this tab off, and see where it sort of jags down at the edge there? That's where I cut, so that I would just have a rectangular piece of cardstock. And so this is sort of the size that I ended up with. Yeah, so you can, on this one, I Mod Podged a napkin on here because I got some new napkins. So of course I had to try them out on something right away. But you don't have to do that. You can just cover yours with paper or stamping. And on this one, I decided to do some stenciling. This is my favorite stencil that I got from the Dollar Tree ages ago. That's what it looks like. And it's on its last legs, unfortunately. I really hope I find another one like this someday soon. So I just used that, and I used some walnut. This looks like vintage photo, but I re-inked this pad with walnut. So I used walnut because I thought it would be a little darker for this dark background. So I decided to just sort of go simple with this one that I'm making right now. I'm not even going to give you any measurements because it doesn't matter. It's just whatever the size. Let's see if I can, see if I can pull out just a little bit. There we go. Sorry if I made you dizzy. So this is the size, and all you need to do is fold in your edges. And to be honest, with this one, I didn't even measure. I just eyeballed it. But it's about, I would say, couple of inches, maybe just under a couple of inches, 1 3/4 inches maybe, something like that. And just fold it down, and then try to do something similar on this side. And then you can fold down the middle. So this, of course, this is sort of more of a traveler's notebook size. You can make this any size you want, just depends on how big your starting paper is. Now, yeah, if you're going to decorate it, make sure you decorate it before you do this next step. On this one, I've got all this stuff here on the inside, so what I want to do is cover that up. You're not really going to see it very much once you put in your journal, but I still want to cover it up. And I happen to have some extra Caroline's Craft Tree printables left, so I'm just going to use that. And you don't even have to cover up the whole entire thing, just this part here in the middle that's going to be seen. I'm just going to lay some glue down first, brand new glue stick, and then we'll go from there. There we go. Now I just have to trim off the sides here. Okay, I thought that was a brand new glue stick, but I guess not. I think that's the end of a glue stick, actually. Okie dokie. So this is definitely going to need some more bling on the outside, but I will decorate it after. The thing I want to do next is secure my little flaps down. Now on this one, I sewed it, and you can either sew it down or you can glue it if you have some really heavy duty glue and some clips that'll make sure that it's really secure. Oh, you know what I was just thinking would be nice? You could also use some decorative scissors and do a decorative edge along there. So I'm going to sew mine down, and then I'll come back and I will show you the easiest way to add some beads along the edge there. Okay, so I just ran a stitch across here and across the bottom, and then that just secures your flaps in. And then really all that's left to do is to decorate your flaps on the inside. So this one, I already had quite a bit going on here, so all I did was add some beads along the side. And that's super easy. I had every intention of actually hand beading, like going in and bead by bead adding them. And then I opened up my beading kits and remembered that I had all of these packages of glass beaded garland, which is just beads already strung on a like embroidery floss kind of thing. And so really what you can do is just glue a strip of that down and then call it a day. So I picked up this awesome glue pen from Scotch at the Dollar Tree last weekend, $1.25 for this big thing of glue, and you get a pen on one end and a big fat foam tip on the other end. I haven't used the foam tip because that wasn't really the real reason I got it. I wanted it for this fine tip on the other end, and it's really good glue. It holds really nicely, and I really love this fine tip. So that's just a little tip to something to look for at your Dollar Tree. But if you use that, you just run a bead of glue down and away you go. What I'm going to do on this one, because I have tons and tons of this trim, look at this, I got an entire spool of this for $1.99 at my favorite store in Vancouver called Dress Sew, which is a fabric sewing store, but really I go there for all of their stuff like this. So I got 2 spools of this stuff. I need to use it for something, so I'm going to throw a couple of strips on here because I think it goes with these cute butterflies, and then I will put some beads down on top of that. So if you're adding the beads, it's really a really good idea to add a drop of glue at the end of each run so that your thread doesn't unravel and your beads don't go flying everywhere. That just sort of keeps it all in place. There we go. When that dries, I'll give that a little trim. But that's pretty much it. And of course, you can do lots more on the outside. We can add some more bling. We could add some printable, some labels. I don't know. I'll have to play with it a little bit and see what I want to add. But yeah, so that's the cover, and make sure you come back next week, because next week we will put something inside of this, and it'll make a great little something you can throw in your purse or your bag, or send as a happy mail, or it could be a stocking stuffer. I don't know why I have Christmas on my mind lately, but I do. Yeah, so that's kind of fun, and it really doesn't take much time. The decorating is what adds to the time for this. So I hope that gives you some good ideas, and it gets you started, and I will see you back here next week where we fill it up. So have a great day, everybody. Stay safe, stay crafty, and I will see you soon. Bye.